As a clinical psychologist specializing in entrepreneurs and the science of success, I'm here to share with you some tips for how to be a great entrepreneur. It isn't, you can't go to Barnes & Noble and just buy any old book on success and how to. There are some things in there that are helpful, but we really want to look at neuroscience and see what really works. Because after all, you're an entrepreneur, your time is limited, you want to succeed as fast as possible and really get yourself in there so you can play the game. So a couple of things I want to steer you toward today, and the first one is to practice action. And I say practice specifically because many of us get caught up, and myself included, in the procrastinator's trap, waiting until things are absolutely perfect before you present them to the world. When you do that, it really just slows you down, and then not only do you, it's not the tortoise in the hare because the tortoise in the story wins, but that's not going to happen here. You actually don't even participate in the race. So practice action means that every little thing in your life, going to the gym, waking up, doing things that maybe don't seem like they're that important, just to do them, to accomplish them. Even if it means putting out one email a week, one newsletter a week, even if it's unnecessary, to do it, to get in the practice of action. And this is so essential in terms of your neurology and how it works that I really, really want to emphasize that, to really let go of overthinking each step. It's essential. The other thing that's important to connect to is to make mistakes and to learn from your mistakes. So assume you're going to make mistakes. Don't assume that things need to be absolutely perfect and just so. The way that you can do this, I'm going to give you a couple of neuropsychology tips. Some people think of them as mind control, and basically you're kind of reprogramming your brain. A couple of things that you can do are to create novelty, to shift your identity. If you think of yourself as a shy person, try roles that are not shy. Try doing things that don't fit into, that's not me. You know, speak loudly, present yourself, be outrageous. If you are outrageous, quiet down a little bit. Let other people do the talking. Play around with your roles, shift them. If you're used to wearing bright colored clothes, wear very simple clothes. If you're used to wearing makeup, don't wear makeup. This is really important because it allows you neurologically to not be locked in a certain place, which then goes back to helping you create action and practice action. So that's really essential. The other thing that helps in terms of mind control and to really help you move forward is to look people very directly in the eye. And what this does neurologically, you know, we're basically primates, is it helps you not be afraid. On many unconscious levels, many people, I would say most people, avoid making direct eye contact unless it's very necessary. Make a note of the next time you have a conversation with someone and notice how little direct eye contact really occurs, especially in the age of cell phones. So I want you to practice that more because it sends messages to your brain that not only is there nothing to worry about and there's no reason to have stress, but that you are the alpha, you know, and that things are just fine and you're strong and you're in control. And you'll notice some shifts when you start to shift your amount of time you actually look people right in the eye. The other thing that you can do is to speak slowly, but also in a loud and confident voice. There's been much research talking about how when people speak slowly, we actually feel more confident internally, and then other people who listen to us feel like what we're saying is more wise, even though what we're saying might be just the same as what someone else who speaks quickly is saying. It's considered to be more intelligent and more wise, which will help with investors and other times you present your business. The last tip I want to give you is to be conscious of what you think of right before you go to bed, and this is essential. While we sleep is the only time in our life that we process stress and trauma. So if you're circulating your to-do list right before you fall asleep, that's not going to help you release the stress of the day before. And the worst, and I'm guilty of this myself and I'm working on it, but to look at your iPhone or your smartphone and start to continue with your email or look at your Facebook account. That's actually really, really bad for your brain because that's the last thing you fall asleep with at night. And the amount of trauma that you're able to process neurologically is significantly altered, and they've done lots of neuropsychological studies on this. So when you fall asleep, really, if you meditate, that's the best thing to do. Try to empty your mind or listen to music. Basically, just try not to think of your to-do list and try to really just center. These are just some of the tips that I want to share with you today. For more, check out my website and follow me on Twitter. Thanks.